Hi, I'm Tom Arnold, and this is Take Us Back. This is one of my favorite movies, the best cast. You know, when I worked at a meatpacking plant after high school, I daydreamed. You got to make your own fun at a meatpacking plant. And I daydreamed I was best friends with Robin Williams because Mork and Mindy was on that. And I get home that night, I go, I got to quit having that daydream because it's so disappointing. I live in Etobicoke, Iowa. I work at Hormel. I will never meet Robin Williams. So years later, for this movie, we're up in San Francisco at Robin Williams' house, and all the actors are there. And at the end of the dinner, it's just Rob Williams and I sitting there. And I'm like, buddy, I have been here before. And he's like, in my house? I go, no, me, you, best friends. He's like, we're not best friends. I go, I know, but it's kind of close enough. This is a great moment because Arnold and I are looking at Charlton Heston, who played our boss in the movie True Lies. And neither of us could believe that we were in a movie with Charlton Heston, who was Moses. I'll tell you a funny story. It's supposed to be George C. Scott. But George C. Scott, great actor, but George C. Scott lived next door to Jim Cameron. And George C. Scott called the health department because Jim left his trash cans out too long. George C. Scott's out. He's out of the movie. This movie meant a lot to me. This is Maggie Gyllenhaal and I in a movie called Happy Endings, which I was so grateful to be in. I was in love with her, and our characters at the end had to break up. And we both went to Donruss, we can't break up. He goes, that's what, I want you to play that. That's what I'm looking for. You guys to be upset by this. And it was a very fun movie. This episode was the first episode that I ever acted in, Roseanne. This was the second year of the show, 1989, and the other writers said, you know, people know that you and Roseanne are together. You should be on the show, and then people will watch. And people did watch. 48 million people watched this. And I was nervous as hell, and I was having a little trouble in rehearsal. But I also was nervous because I didn't want to let her down, and I knew there was a lot of eyeballs on me. I was not doing well, and one of the executive producer said, Roseanne, you know what? You're emasculating him by having to do this. He can't do it, like it's a weird thing to say. And then so that night, she's like, here's what we're gonna do. Here's the best acting tip I give you. You walk into every room balls first, because that is your room. And it really helped. And then after the network runs, they're like, oh my God, he got it. So, but if I had screwed that up, I never would have acted again. And anywhere. You know, but that worked out, and thanks to Roseanne. Okay, the Stupids played Stanley Stupid. This shot here of me on rollerblades, that was all I could learn, was to do that shot. But it is one of those movies you either love or you hate. And I watched it recently with my kids. I was like, there's some good stuff in this movie. Oh, this was the Tom Show. When I was in high school, in college, I had a poster of Shannon Tweed from Playboy, and then she was my wife on this show. It's like, how crazy is that? She's just great. She's Gene Simmons' wife, the bass player for Kiss. What a great opportunity. The show is Sons of Anarchy. Again, a lot of fun. I played a really sleazy guy, Georgie Caruso, and all these sons, all the motorcycle guys, very cool guys. I still get to see him at the Comic-Con. So he cast real people, real porn stars to play porn stars, and apparently a real sleazy guy, me, to play these guys.